The FITT Principle. Some of you may have not heard of this before. Some of you may have. If you're a personal trainer, I sure as heck hope you have heard of this. But for those that have not, it's one of those most important principles that we can implement when we're designing our own workout programs, even in routines, but I'm more focusing on a program style here. So that can be anywhere from 4, 6, 8 weeks, a year, if we're looking for more of those big macro cycles. But the FITT principle stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. And sometimes those get interchangeable on the acronym, but that's important, either one, time or type. So the frequency basically is like, how often are you going to do this, right? The intensity is how hard are you going to go? The type is training modality. Is it barbells, dumbbells, track workouts, Olympic weightlifting, general weight training, things of that nature. And then time is how long are you going to do it for each session? Is it a 30-minute workout, an hour, so on? But it's important to look at each one of those as you're designing your training program. Coming back to that F, the frequency, that's critical because most individuals will put too much frequency, and that means they could be training 5 days a week. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of individuals, there's a lot of programming that will require that, but most individuals, particularly those watching me right now, don't need to be strength conditioning 5 days a week unless your ultimate goal requires you to do so. And I'm talking about weight bearing, mind you, not active rest, not throwing yoga in there. And I'm generalizing yoga, of course, but if you're doing soft body work, tissue work, restorative practices, that's fine. I'm talking about 5 days a week of hard strength training. And again, it is appropriate, but I think a lot of individuals only need to do it maybe up to 3 times a week. But again, we can go on for a good hour about that, right? But just to kind of give context to it, the intensity, gun-ho, all the way out, every workout. Yeah, you should show up ready to work, putting in the appropriate intensity that is required for what you're doing. But we don't always have to be dragging ourselves out of every training session. Absolutely not. I mean, we don't want to walk away either thinking to ourselves, yeah, I could have done more. I could have been better. There's a fine balance of that, and only you are going to understand where that is. So the type of it is where we're looking at. Again, I think I already used barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells. Sometimes it's a blend of that. Sometimes if you're running a marathon, it's going to be more, speed work, slow long runs, things of that nature versus weight training. And then when we're talking about the timing for it, how long that is, it's going to be very important on that aspect. So with timing, you could do, so what we have found is through general strength conditioning, general fitness, you need about 20 minutes breaking back into that intensity part, mind you, not just 20 minutes of just saying I'm working out, quote unquote, quote unquote. But we need to figure out at least 20 minutes of hard work, but it could be 30, it could be 60. Again, it just depends on the type of training that you're doing, what your goals for, what you're after. Somebody that's just trying to gain, somebody that's just trying to lose weight, they don't need to be in the gym for 2 hours a day. Actually, it's probably not the best thing to do if you're starting off with it. But if you're a power lifter, or one of those amateur athletes, or recreational athlete as I like to call them, then you're going to be probably spending a good solid hour, 2 hours in there. But that's movement prep, warm-ups, cool down, the activity itself, cool downs, you name it, start to finish. And so anyways, so really keep in mind the FITT principle when you're planning your workouts and your routines, particularly your routines. But even still, your workouts have to be a part of that thought, okay? So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully that will allow you to design better programmings. And let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks.